Hey, welcome to today's Primetime show. Today on the show, we will be covering La Encantadas Folklórico dance program, as well as their STEM program, VMA DJ Club, VMA Career Fair, Angela Leal Rockin' on the Lawn event, and a few other events going on with our after-school program. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to the Primetime Show. My name is Lisa Gonzalez. I'm your host. Today in the studio, we have Mr. Richard Stoffel, retired teacher from San Benito CISD. Thank you, Mr. Stoffel, for being in the studio.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So let's start off, Mr. Stoffel, by asking, how many years were you in the classroom?
16 years, ma'am.
Great. Out of those 16 years, how many years did you work with the after-school program?
Well, actually, I've been with the after-school program since 1999, so it's 19 years.
Wow, since its inception.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. And what campuses have you worked at?
Many campuses, from the high school to Veterans Memorial, right here at this campus. Amador, Daryl Hester, or not Daryl Hester, but the boot camp,
the
PRC.
Boot camp, yes.
And Dr. Garza, La Encantada, Rangerville.
Wow.
Some, I don't know, there's others, I can't remember all, ma'am.
Well, so many years working with our program. That is wonderful, sir. What programs did you teach to our students during those years?
It was science.
Okay.
That was the focus was on science. Rocketry, robotics, just using the, usually it was 5th grade, so using the 4 objectives. So I would collaborate with the science teacher, which at many of the years that was me, but now I collaborate with the science teacher and find out what he needs for enrichment and then try and help him out.
Like what TEKs they're covering and kind of
yes, ma'am.
Go with that curriculum.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And what kind of growth did you see with the students? Because I know you would work with them, all year, from the fall to the end of the spring. What kind of growth did you see with them? Did you see the excitement when they were out there building their rockets? And
there's nothing like hands-on activities. I mean, I remember that's all I had when I was in elementary and middle school, and they don't get as much now because the focuses are on testing and stuff.
Yes.
But to get the hands-on and repetition, that's where you start to learn.
Wow. And did you incorporate a lot of the vocabulary that they were being taught in the classroom? Would you use that with those certain classes?
Yes, ma'am. A lot of it's unknown vocabulary to them because the rocketry, there's so much to that. I mean, you get into Newton and Newton's laws and air pressure and all that stuff. But it's just one area.
Well, that's great. Well, I know in talking with you earlier, you mentioned that, of course, you're retired military.
Yes, ma'am.
So you went into the classroom later after that portion, of your life. And what propelled you, to want to be a teacher, to want to, bridge the gap with those students?
Oh, God has blessed me tremendously in being able to go to so many places and learn so much.
Yeah.
And to be able to pass that on is a blessing in itself. But you never want to quit learning.
Yes.
I don't. Just 2 weeks ago, I was in Hawaii at Mauna Loa and Kilauea, the active volcanoes, and for the first time ever, I was in a tube, volcano tube, a magma tube. Never been in one before. And this week, I learned about the currents in the Atlantic and how Columbus would not even have had to have steered with sails or anything. The currents itself would have taken him to the West Indies and everything.
Really?
Anyway, that desire to want to continue learning, I would like to see it in all these guys.
Yeah, definitely.
All these students.
So that they can be those lifelong learners. Education doesn't stop when you graduate. It goes on even beyond college.
And I see at Amador, some of them have given up when they first check in there, and they don't, they feel like they can learn anything or anymore. Their self-esteem is really low, and then after a while, they start, oh, wow, this is pretty
Yeah.
cool. We can do this. And then, matter of fact, recently we learned how to solder. And they did a whole
Really?
circuit on their own. They'd never soldered before. Some of them were very good.
Wow.
So it gives them a basis on.
Yeah, or to even have like a trade that they're learning.
Exactly.
So when they move on, they can at least, know that, you know what, I developed this talent, I have this talent, let me move on and develop this into a career, move on to something else, and to know that there is that hope out there for that.
Yes, ma'am.
That is wonderful, Mr. Stoffel.
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow. And so what else have been your experiences with the elementary? Because I know you mentioned 5th grade, and we were talking earlier about how 5th grade, that transition from elementary to middle school, it's a little challenging at times for them.
It is. Well, they go through a transition anyway.
Yes.
At that age level. Not all of them. They're all different
Yeah.
at that age.
Yeah.
They all learn different, and they all react different to things, and so you see the growth. They get excited about wanting to go into 6th grade, but in 5th grade they're top dog on campus.
Yes,
when
definitely.
they get 6th grade, now it's like you said earlier, they're just little fish in a big pond.
Yeah,
And,
and they're learning more. They're learning more.
They are.
And it's just, it's great to see that growth from elementary, that transition from elementary to middle school. And they have those foundations of robotics, the rocketry, things that you've taught them. And you never know if they might, develop a career in the sciences, biology, physiology, anatomy, or become the next Isaac Newton, become the next physicist. You don't know, they don't know what their potential is until they push it out full force.
And some of them know what they want to do at that age when they grow up, without a doubt, whether they pursue it and it continues or not.
Yeah.
And some of them, no clue. I never had a clue. I still don't have a clue.
But we've been very fortunate, Mr. Stoffel, to have you with our program for so many years. And it's
Thank you, ma'am.
wonderful that you mentioned 1999 because that was our PhD program. That was the public education from the home to the doctorate. That was the original after-school program. And here we are 19 years later, and next year we'll be celebrating our 20th year.
So,
And who would have seen that, from back then? So it has been just a wonderful, wonderful ride with the after-school program, and seeing teachers like you that have been the glue with our program, that have continued with our program, continued educating countless students through our program, students that have already graduated, students that are now in college, and you've made those impacts with them.
It's really a blessing because not all districts have an after-school program.
Yeah.
And we've been special here.
Yes, we have. We're very, like you said, we're very blessed. We're very fortunate to have that here. And if we continue having instructors like you, Mr. Stoffel, that stay with us and continue to just impart that knowledge to the next generation, our program is just destined for a greater success. So.
Thank you, ma'am. Good,
You're very
nice
welcome.
compliment.
Oh, you're very welcome, Mr. Stoffel. It was just such a pleasure to have you in the studio today. Thank you for sharing those words of wisdom with us, and we look forward to having you back. Okay, maybe in a couple of months. Get an update where you're at.
Okay. Well, thank you. Blessings. Blessings. to you.
Thank you to Mr. Stoffel. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll be right back. La Encantada Elementary's Folklorico Dance Program competed at the 6th Annual Competencia Folclórica de Texas at Del Mar College in Corpus Christi, where they placed second for their performance of El Astillero. They also have a fabulous STEM program going on during the after-school program, so please take a look at these highlights.
4 years ago, our La Encantada Elementary was awarded the Psycho 9 grant through our after-school program. We looked for new ideas and activities that our rural area students were not exposed to. We decided to start a folklorico team to promote the cultural aspect of our roots. Our team has performed in many community events in the area and is now preparing for the Texas Folklorico competition held in Corpus Christi. Thanks to our parents and our administration for the unconditional support.
I'm the robotics teacher at La Encantada Elementary, and we are always looking for innovative activities in order to include math and science in our everyday lives. Some of these activities include drones, robotics, and of course 3D printing. All of these activities are great because it forces myself and my students to think outside the box and rely on our problem-solving skills.
You can get up here in the front like you.
Brian, Ben.
Not ours. Ours is blue. You have to change it
how,
to
but I changed mine to red.
It's the 3 colors. I don't know why.
Those are some great highlights from La Encantada with their folklorico dance program and their STEM program. Stay tuned for some more highlights. VMA began their DJ program this school year, where they were introduced to a DJ curriculum. The students learned the technology and the history of DJ making. So please take a look at these highlights.
This year is our first year that we're able to demonstrate and have the kids learn of how to DJ. We were showing the kids the history of DJing. We're showing them the math about DJing, about the beats of the song, how the song is broken down. There's a science of DJing, and just all collaboration of being a career builder for them. But luckily this year, during the summer, we got taught for our team DJ. This is my passion, and I've been seeing a lot of the kids with the passion. We've been going to events. We just recently, we had an event for Rocking by the Lawn. We had Angel Leal, and it was a success. The kids really enjoyed it. They were up there, getting them experience, getting them exposed. But that's set aside, and it's always good to see that the kids are learning something, and they're using their music talent, not just for going to the rock band or to just band, giving something different.
Those are some great highlights from our DJ program at the VMA. Great job, students. The VMA also hosted a career fair coordinated by Ms. Luz Martinez, a UT RGV social work intern. Take a look at these highlights.
We're having a college and career fair for our 9th grade students here at Veterans Memorial Academy. This is our first annual college and career fair, so we're very excited to be able to provide this opportunity to our students so that they can become more familiarized with the different programs and the different degrees and careers that are available to them here locally and also statewide.
Students getting to know their college and what they want to do when they graduate high school.
Pretty awesome, having this opportunity to find out and get college information, and I'm very honored to have this opportunity.
Yes, we should have this every year, and I'm definitely gonna go home and look through these pamphlets and stuff, and I'm going to search up information about these colleges.
I've been walking around and I've been noticing there's a lot of opportunities for us, and I'm glad for that. If you have a question to be asked, they're here for you to answer your questions, and I'm glad that there's a lot of opportunity, not just for myself, but for others. I think that's a nice thing to know about, because you have a lot of options, and having this is, you could do a lot of things with this.
So we're looking forward to having such an event like this in the next coming years.
We have more rockin' events when we come back. Stay tuned. Angela Leal hosted their Rockin' on the Lawn event recently, where our middle schools and a few elementary schools participated and showcased their musical talents. Take a listen.
Do you ever
start caving in. Do you ever feel already buried deep? 6 feet under screen, but no one seems to hear a thing. Do you know that there's still a chance for you? 'Cause there's a spark in you. You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Just on the night, like the 4th of July. 'Cause baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're worth. Make 'em go, oh, oh, oh. As you shoot across the sky. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make 'em go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave 'em falling down, down, down. Somebody stole my cardio and now I just see the siren. Hey girl, you drive me crazy. All the puts a rhythm in my head. Still rather understand when you came around. I see what's going down. Cover up with makeup in the mirror. Tell yourself it's never gonna happen again. You cry alone and then you swear he loves you. Do you feel like a man when you push her around? Feel better now as she falls to the ground. Well, I tell you, my friend, one day this world's got to
Wow, those were some great performances by our students. A great shout out to the coaches, the instructors for all their hard work, and great job, students. Continue doing what you're doing. We'll be right back with more.
The word of the day is venture. It's a risky or daring journey. Me and my family will venture to California this summer.
Special thank you to the following instructors: Ms. Yoselin Macias, Cindy Peña, Orlando Chirinos, Sam Gonzalez, Adrian de los Santos, Idalia Delgado, Luis Cantu, Troy Fonseca, Benito Sainz, and Natalia Hernandez for their instruction of our musical programs as well as our STEM programs. Thank you for joining us today with our Primetime show. Join us next time for our upcoming highlights and events with the after-school program. We'll see you then.